It's the morning of July 4th, 4th of July, Saturday. Somebody, I think they were stealth camping down there because they took off as soon as I dragged my phone out to make a video. Anyway, yeah, there they go. See several different vehicles down there this morning, and nobody for the. I don't think Sam's Club is even open today, so they're over there. Only reason I could figure out that hang out there would be if they were stealth camping. I don't care what they do. To me, that's kind of one of the, like in a Sam's Club or a Walmart parking lot or apartment complex, about the most boring thing anybody could ever do. I downloaded some videos. I got that finished. I don't know if I don't know if the sun's up or not. It's a little past 5 this morning. I want to get out here where it's still cool. I don't see the sun up there, so I don't know when the sun. Several places just close here that I think are out away from the city lights a little bit. If I can get a few sunrises, a few sunsets, I might do. Get me a gallon jug of pop, some tea, full mattress, and camp out on top of a mountain peak. Get a sunrise, get a sunset, just set my camera up on a tripod. I'm sure other people have done it. Want to get some of them nice sunsets other people have. I'm going to show you this one laptop in a second and then cover somebody else that come to visit me here yesterday. Sorry, my other laptop is my pickup. I got the downloads. Now I wanted to install Kdenlive and a few other pieces of software in this machine. I don't have a good battery for that, so I run it on an inverter. It's a different inverter board. You can get those off Amazon, like 3 for $20 or something. I got a adapter with a 5.5 millimeter barrel jack, and then I've got a adapter to go into the Lenovo. You can get those, the kits of those. I want to get one of those that fits the Lenovo's. Anyway, these have to be at 19 volts. You can set this to, these will go for an input voltage from 6 volts to, 30 or 40 volts, something like that. You can set it, you got a little potentiometer there where you can vary the voltage, output voltage. These will cover from, from 0 to 24 volts or 36 volts, something like that. But I got these set for 19 volts, so they power these laptops. These are all 19 volts DC. Anyway, yeah, I had it on, but I couldn't pick up the Wi-Fi signal from Sam's Club. Their antenna is just the other side. You can't see it from here, but there's a camera right there. There's a flat panel antenna on the other side of the building. That's why they've got good Wi-Fi signal in this parking lot. They deliberately beam Wi-Fi over here for the 18-wheelers that will spend their nights over here. I guess their days and their sleepers too. Anyway, I'll try that again. I'll turn it back on. Oh, I may not. I got several things I need to do today. Fireworks I'll probably watch on TV. I caught a few minutes of David Muir's program he's doing with ABC. Didn't sit down and watch it all. I'm sure they'll have it for download. Hang on, let me check. Let me cover that. I sure they'll have that for download on YouTube later once they finish that. It's like a 24-hour thing. By the time they take all the commercials out, probably be about 3 hours. It seems like it's about as much commercials as it is program. David Muir climbs up to the, let me get my finger out of there, to the Statue of Liberty. They kind of covered the history of the Statue of Liberty. Benjamin Franklin was over in France. Before this, they had the Revolutionary War, trying to drum up support from the French. They actually got some, but anyway, the French supported the U.S. for the Revolution, and I think we went over and did something for France later, and then that kind of inspired their revolution. Was back early 1800s, where they kicked out their, of that, like Marie Antoinette was saying, let them eat cake. So they took her and chopped off her head. Something like that. I've covered that in history. But anyway, the French were appreciative of the effort that we Americans gave the French back for their support in our Revolutionary War. So one guy created that Lady Liberty iron framework with a copper outer sheet. David Muir climbed up on the torch in our right hand. I think some people know the history of the Statue of Liberty and some people don't. But anyway, she's been standing there from back to the French guy that made her, sent her over in pieces. And it took a while to, the U.S. had to drum up money to make a pedestal to set her up on. That took about 20 years. You can look all this up. This is all part of history. Anyway, she's been sitting there from the late 1800s. Last thing I want to cover here. I could delve on about history because we've got an interesting history. Lots and lots of Americans. Well, let me get to Benjamin Franklin real quick. Go back to him anyway. Before the events of 1776, he was a U.S. representative in the House of Commons. Because one thing a lot of people don't think about too much is that the U.S. was a British colony for about 160 years. And Benjamin Franklin appeared before the House of Commons demanding some rights, and they laughed him out of there. Benjamin Franklin said he had walked into that House of Commons, I don't know, back some mid 1770s, somewhere 1760s, 1770s. Said he'd walked into that House of Commons thinking of himself as a loyal subject to the British Crown. After they laughed him out and he left, he considered himself a red-blooded American. Proud to, like, it was a changing moment in his. That's part of history. You can look that up. One of our founding heroes. Anyway, now there was a young lady. Now I had put on here some of these young ladies that are watching me during their smoke break come over here and make small talk with me. And believe it or not, this lady did. She did what's over here yesterday. She gave me a level. It was a used one. I doubt I'd ever use it. But anyway, I said, well, if I ever need it, I've got it. Anyway, we talked a little bit. She's roughly my daughter's age. She told me she had a couple kids. We start asking ladies if they have a husband or boyfriend. They're gotta kind of say, well, why are you asking? But anyway, being that she's my daughter's age, I wouldn't be really interested in anything romantic or anything. And a lady that cute, she's probably got somebody. If she didn't have somebody, we could go do a hike somewhere, mountains or that waterfall hike at the White Tanks or something. Yeah, we'd take her kiddos along, make it a family event. Or if one of the other ladies that work there is more interested, come over here, make small talk with me. Anyway, bye from Sam's Club.